Last month, my income tax alone was almost £1,500, all because of 3 costly mistakes I made. If you don't want to make the same errors and lose money to unnecessary tax deductions, then keep watching this video. My name is Bright Agbenyo, but you can call me The Business. On this channel, I share nursing career growth tips, personal finance advice, entrepreneurship insights, career growth, and digital marketing stuff. So if you are interested in any of these topics, then like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. Now let's break down the 3 tax mistakes that cost me so much money and how you can avoid them. Mistake number 1, using the wrong tax code. What happened? My employer used the wrong tax code, which initially made me pay less tax than required. Later, HMRC corrected it and I had to pay the difference through increased deductions every month. How to avoid this mistake? Always check your tax code on your payslip or through the HMRC app. Common tax codes to watch out for is the 1257L, which is the standard for most employees. And if you are in Scotland, it will be S1257L. BR, which means basic rate, is used for second jobs or emergency tax. And then we have DO or D1, which means higher tax rate codes for additional income. If your tax code looks wrong, call HMRC immediately to correct it before it affects your salary. All the tax code I've mentioned, if you are in Scotland, you have S at the beginning of each of them. If your tax code looks wrong, call HMRC immediately to correct it before it affects your salary. Mistake number 2, not declaring my agency work as second job. So what happened? I started taking agency shifts, but my agency didn't treat it as a second job. This meant I was initially taxed less. But once HMRC corrected it, they spread the difference across my remaining paychecks, increasing my deductions. So what happened in my situation was that, if you take a second job, you are not liable to the tax allowance. That is the 12,000 plus tax allowance. But because I didn't declare this as a second job, they were offering the tax allowance. So this made me pay a very less amount of tax. But once it was corrected, they had calculated what I haven't paid and spread it for me to start paying. How to avoid this mistake? Whenever you are signing up for agency work, always tick second job on your tax application form. Your second job is taxed differently. So your main job gets the personal allowance, which is the £12,570 tax-free. And then your second job is taxed at 20%, that is basic rate, or 40%, which is DO, or 45% D1, depending on your income. If you are not sure how your second job is taxed, use the HMRC online tax checker or contact them for clarification. Mistake number 3, not collecting my P45 before changing jobs. So what happened in this situation? When I changed my job, I didn't get my P45 on time. My previous employer delayed sending it, and as a result, HMRC treated my new job, which is the current job, as a second job. I was taxed at 41%. That is the highest rate for Scotland. Now, how to avoid this mistake? Always request your P45 immediately when leaving a job. If your employer delays, contact HMRC directly to update your tax record. If you don't have a P45, ask your new employer to use a starter checklist to prevent emergency tax. What can you learn from my mistakes? Here is a quick recap to help you avoid losing money to tax errors. Check your tax code regularly, use the HMRC app, or check your payslip. Declare your second job correctly. Mark it as a second job to avoid unexpected deductions. Always collect your P45 when changing jobs. It ensures your new employer applies the correct tax code. If you know HMRC, you know they won't cheat you, but you also can't cheat them. You will always pay back what you owe. Have you ever had tax issue like this? How did you handle it? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. If you want to learn more personal finance and career tips, subscribe now to my channel, like this video and share to a friend. This will encourage me to make more videos like this. Thank you and see you in my next video.